Do we have any examples of anyone in the Bible before Christ died on the cross and rose, where you be quiet, where it clearly says the gospel was preached to them? Ooh. Wait, you say Abraham. Where? Oh, shut up. Okay, so in Galatians, it's kind of interesting. Now, Abraham, when you look at going through Noah, coming down through the lineage, Abraham is really, the Hebrews really aren't formed yet, if you will. You know, he's the father of our faith, and it says this weird thing in Galatians. It says in Galatians chapter 3, it says the scriptures, okay, now this is Galatians that talk about the Old Testament. New Testament wasn't written yet. The scriptures, foreseeing that God would justify the nations by faith, preached the gospel to Abraham beforehand, saying that in you all nations shall be blessed. Excuse me? Jesus hadn't died on the cross yet. He hasn't risen. And yet, Paul is telling us God was preaching the gospel to Abraham. There must be an error in the Bible. This must be wrong. How'd that happen? How's he preach the gospel to Abraham? This is an example of someone in the Bible who's, not in America, and there's a church around the corner, maybe got witnessed to, and God decides he's going to preach the gospel to Abraham. When you read it, literally, we don't want to go too deep into this. My class on Sunday morning, we go through this all the time. God literally puts Abraham to sleep, separates two animals, and it says that you have a smoking oven and a flaming torch walk between the animals. God made a promise to Abraham that he was going to justify him by righteousness so that he saved the gospel. The smoking oven is the wrath of God. The flaming torch is Jesus Christ, the light of the world. That's the Old Testament. So we've got to be careful not to put God in a box. He can kind of do what he wants. There's plenty of stories of Muslims, especially in the Middle East, where Jesus appears in a vision, talks to him. Does this make sense?